So, the internal audit. Don't panic, you're not on your own. So what does the internal audit process include? The internal audit process is an annual review of the council's accounts and internal financial control systems. This annual review, known as the internal audit, must be carried out by someone independent from the council and who has good knowledge and understanding of local government finance and procedures. The internal audit is not about the numbers, it's about the systems and controls that make the numbers trustworthy. Your internal auditor must be appointed by the council prior to year end. Your internal auditor will be looking over the following to ensure that correct procedures have been adhered to and are most importantly in place. The minutes, the cash book, bank reconciliations, petty cash if it's used, bank statements, the budget process, risk assessment, insurance renewal, standing orders and financial regulations, the asset register, VAT reclamations, and to ensure that proper controls are in place if you are VAT registered, reserves, and payroll procedures. It is good practice to have all these documents to hand in either an organised folder or saved electronically so they are easily accessible to your internal auditor. So when should the internal audit be carried out? You can have your internal audit carried out really any time after year end and once you've finished preparing your accounts and have all the documents to hand. You can arrange for the internal audit to be carried out prior to the AGAR being approved by the council, and this is good practice. So when the accounts and AGAR are approved, the internal auditor's report will also be available to your councillors. You can simply complete sections 1 and 2 prior to your internal audit, but I would normally suggest doing this in pencil just to be on the safe side. Once your internal audit has been completed, your internal auditor will complete their relevant section on the AGAR and also provide you with an internal audit report. If there are any matters raised within this report, these must be addressed by the council. You will also need to have your last year's internal audit report available to your internal auditor to ensure that if there were any points raised within the last year's report, these have also been addressed by your council. So my tip for successful year-end and internal audit is to be organised and carry out monthly bank reconciliations and ensure that any associated staff costs, including PAYE, NI and pensions, are allocated correctly in box 4 of the AGAR. I would also suggest that you carry out your financial reviews, such as the annual review of the standing orders, financial regulations, risk assessment, asset register and other relevant documentation over a few council meetings so that proper consideration can be given to these.